What's up guys, Game Wisdom here, and welcome back to the wise side of YouTube. Today we are going to be continuing what I started a few weeks ago and go over all of Gaster's lore. Last time we went over everything in Undertale. And today we are going to go over all the Gaster info in Deltarune and other media outside of the games. Thankfully there is not nearly as much Gaster info in Deltarune as there is in Undertale. But there's still a lot of ground to cover, so I better get this intro over with. That being said, I recommend watching part 1 before this video, as it contains context for some of the things we are going to discuss today. Don't forget to like and subscribe as it helps my channel a lot. And without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. The first piece of Gaster lore in Deltarune isn't inside the game but in its website, which has existed since late 2015. If you visited the Deltarune.com website in 2015, you would find a black screen with a downloadable image on the top left corner called him.png. The image is some text in the Wingdings font reading, "This next experiment seems very interesting," making it an exact quote of entry 17. The image would later be changed to contain other text in Wingdings, this time reading, "Three heroes appear to banish the angels' heaven," which is an exact quote of Ralsei's legend from Deltarune. Then on October 30th, 2018, Toby Fox's Twitter account would be hijacked by a mysterious entity that is presumed to be Gaster. There are a few clues leading to this conclusion, the first one being that when this happened the account's name was changed to 6 black squares, which is not only the same number as the letters in the word Gaster, but 6 is also a number Gaster is heavily associated with. And the fact that the tweets posted at the time were written in a manner identical to Enter 17. The tweets even contain very interesting, which is basically Gaster's catchphrase at this point. And then the game comes out, and it starts with seemingly the same guy from Twitter telling you to make a gunner. While the song Another Hymn plays in the background, Another Hymn is literally just Gaster's theme with one note missing in the middle. This guy is definitely just Gaster. The game itself has a lot of references to the man who speaks in hands, but one of the more interesting ones is the man behind the tree. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, the man behind the tree is an Easter egg that can be found in the Scarlet Forest area. By entering the transition that leads to the invisible lever room from the Starwalker room over and over, you will eventually find yourself in a small room with nothing but a tree in it. The room's background music is a small creepy tune called man.ogg in the game's code. Interacting with the tree informs you that there is a man behind it. Going behind the tree makes the mysterious man give you an egg. Not too important, not too unimportant. Then in Chapter 2, by going to a secret transition in one of the car puzzle rooms, you end up in a hallway where the annoying dog runs you over with his car. After that you wake up in a room with a few notable things: a trash bin, some delicious edible moss, and a drawing of a familiar tree in the wall. Interacting with the drawing tells you that there is a room in between, so you know what that means. You end up in the other side of the room where the annoying dog killed you before, and by wandering off into the void, you find yet another egg. What do these eggs do? Well, they activate some small Easter eggs and that's it. What does any of this have to do with Gaster? Not much. It's just another case of it's something mysterious in a Toby Fox game, so it has to be Gaster. A lot of people say that the song that plays in this rooms is a remix of Gaster's theme, which confirms that Gaster is giving us these eggs. But that's not even remotely true, as the song in question is not only not from the Deltarune OST, but is also older than Undertale itself. The song originates from a unique fun album Toby Fox made, and is actually called The Waltz of Saga Masada. This song in fact dates back to April 2012. Saga Masada, for those who don't know, is this dude. He kinda looks like the Mystery Man, I guess, but there is another character in Yumi Nikki that is much more likely to be the inspiration for Gaster. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The point of this entire rant is that the Egg Room song is extremely unlikely to contain Gaster's theme in it, which means that there isn't really anything connecting Eggman to Gaster. Moving on, if you try to use your cell phone in the dark world, it plays this sound. Sound familiar? It should, because it's the exact same sound that plays during entry 17 in Undertale. and as of Chapter 2 it's referred to as nothing but garbage noise. Now let's talk super bosses. For those who don't know, Deltarune has two secret bosses, Jevil and Spamton Neo, and both of them seem to be somehow connected to Gaster. For example, after defeating Jevil you can go back to Shopkeeper Somp to learn Jevil's backstory. He was the court jester and one day he went insane after meeting a mysterious person that no one knows who it is. And he says that Jevil's ideas have stuck with him and made his view of the world darker yet darker. He just quoted Gaster word for word. And this is not the only time this happened. In Chapter 2, after defeating Spamton Neo, you can go back to the garbage dump, where the Addisons tell you Spamton's story. He was just like them, but he wasn't popular. None of his products would sell. Until one day he found someone won the phone, or maybe that someone found Spamton. After that meeting he became incredibly popular and rich until that someone disappeared. When he was evicted from the Queen's mansion, one of the Addisons came to see him but found his phone. And when he tried to speak to the mysterious person who helped Spamton, he heard nothing but garbage noise. Garbage noise. These two were most likely influenced by Gaster, otherwise all this references to him would make no sense. And last but certainly not least is the bunker. By going south of the church in Hometown you will find this bunker. There is no music in the room, except for some ambient noises coming from inside the bunker. This ambient noises are in fact mus_smile, aka the entry 17 noise slowed down by about 666%. Considering the entry 17 noise is coming from inside the bunker, it's safe to say that Gaster is probably in there. And that is just about everything Deltarune has to offer when it comes to Gaster lore. It may seem like Deltarune has nothing when it comes to Gaster, but you have to remember that as of now we have 2 chapters of a 7-chapter game. So we are going to get much more info on Gaster as more chapters of Deltarune release. Now it's time to explore references to Gaster in media outside of the games. So let's get right into it. First up, I want to discuss something I alluded to earlier in the video. U-Boa. U-Boa is a character from Yumi Nikki that is most likely the inspiration for Gaster. She has a small chance to appear when turning off the lights in this house. Her lack of concrete lore made her extremely popular in the early 2000s, and she would go on to inspire many of the most popular mysteries in video game history, including Gaster. Just looking at them makes you realize how similar they are. Creepy black and white figures with almost no concrete lore that can be encountered very rarely. U-Boa even appears in Toby Fox's Earthbound Halloween hack right before the final boss. Next up are Gaster's very few appearances in Undertale and Deltarune merchandise. His first appearance in official merchandise as far as I'm aware is the dreaded tarot card. Back in 2017, Fangamer released a set of official Undertale tarot cards. And when the art for the cards released, people found out that Gaster had his very own tarot card. The fans went crazy as this card basically confirmed all the relevant theories about Gaster. But when the cards came out, Gaster's card disappeared. And to this day it's a gray area when it comes to Gaster lore. Gaster made one more appearance in official merchandise, in the cover for the Undertale OST vinyl, where Mystery Man Redacted and the Gaster followers all make an appearance. And that's about it when it comes to Gaster lore and outside media. That being said, the Gaster series is finally over. Going through all these information made me realize just how little we know about Gaster compared to the amount of references to him, but that's what made him popular in the first place. His mystery and the endless amount of speculation he spawned. And after 2 videos this series has come to an end. It's been a pleasure making, and the support it has gotten is truly amazing. But for now, I'm Game Wisdom. This was the Wise Side, and I'll see you next time.